anime talk chat. We can't take the spoiler thing off left. I've only seen episode 12. I've only watched one episode since last stream because I was watching Andor instead. So this is the episode where Regulus dies, chat. A character who's been around since season 2, basically, and was a secondary antagonist in that season's flashbacks, has now eaten the shit and has drowned in the city of Pastilla. I don't love him as a villain. I'm gonna say this now. I think I know what they were going for with him, and he fits the profile of Greed extremely well. But he's not as entertaining as he was in Season 2. And I think that's also the point. It's worth noting here, I know what they're doing writing-wise, but I don't like him. I think he is meant to be seen as very pathetic. I mean, they literally say in this episode that he is the most pathetic creature Amelia has ever seen. So, there is that. But I think that he just became very repetitive. And I liked him more when he was just trying to justify his rights. But he just kind of became just ultra simp at the end, talking about his wives over and over again. I was like, this is fine. I don't mind this. But, yeah. But Amelia getting the win? Fuck yeah! Not Subaru. Not one of the male characters. But Amelia. I mean, that had to happen. I mean, technically, she's not the one who killed him, but she's the one who did the meat of that fight. So we're using Unseen Hand was cool. Like, that was a neat way of using that. I like how he put the pieces from previous encounters into that encounter, where he knew, A, that he could use Unseen Hand to stop a person's heart, because that's how Amelia died in that other timeline. And B, he's already seen it being used before. So he was like, okay, just take this heart, rip it off. And it also ended up being quite a nice, quite a nice end note for Geis, who, had awful things occurred to him. The best part of the episode from me, Amelia kicking the shit out of him while going, yeah! It was wonderful. I was like, fuck yeah. Ranard coming in at the end to kill Steel, although I did enjoy that scene where Regulus was like, it isn't fair, you're fighting me both at the same time, 1v1 me, bro. And then Subway was like, okay, here's the guy who's gonna 1v1 you, the most overpowered character in the show, good luck. Wonderful. A lot of good, setup for a lot of payoff in this episode. I love how he was like, you threw me at a planet, so I made my way back. Yeah, you threw him at the moon. I like how that's just glossed over. It's like, yeah, you just threw him at the moon. And he just jumped back. Reinhard is broken, basically. I enjoyed the first reveal that he had lost his powers, or Regulus had lost his powers, where his feet were wet. And Serbu was like, oh, look, your feet are a bit wet. That was great. Very subtle. And his death is morbid. I'm glad he dies that way because he deserves it. He's a complete and utter asshole, and that is the only fitting way for this twat to die. He ends up stopping his own heart, which prevents him from taking damage, but he crashes so far beneath Pastilla, and then he drowns in the water. So he gets buried alive, and he drowns. I enjoy how morbid that is. Apparently in the light novel, I had a look at this. In the light novel, he also drinks the water because it's his first time drinking in over 100 years because his body is on pause. I kind of like that. I kind of wish they kept that in because that would have been not necessarily some empathy we could feel for the guy, because there's nothing I don't want to feel empathy for this man at all. But yeah, so that's 2 archbishops killed now. I assume that Wrath is dead. I don't think they're going to kill Gluttony because he's barely appeared in this season. And it'll be weird to have that arc just end now. I think that's going to be foreshadow for the next arc. And then for Lust, I don't think they're going to kill her here too. Just because it felt like we're being introduced to her, not for her to die. With Regulus and Wrath, it felt like they were just here to die and have their arc. I think those two are going to be much more important as the story goes on, because there's hardly anything we know about Capella, and we don't know what's going on with Gluttony either. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But they're dead now. They're gone. Rest in peace. No, rest in the water, actually, you utter twat, Regulus. But yeah, we've got 4 episodes left. This show has flown by. This season does not feel like 16 episodes. It's because it's mostly action, and it does it really well, but yeah.